On the milestone and the win tonight. My question for you is: Tennessee won the rebound battle 38-17 tonight after losing players like Dalton Connect and Jonas Adu. How has this team attacked the rebounding strategy to continue to rebound effectively?
Well, it's a big part of what we talk about in our program. Defensively, I think tonight we got 45% of our misses, which is terrific, obviously. But it's a major emphasis in our program, and certainly people know that about us. And it's a compliment to the players because it's not an easy part of the game. It's something that takes determination and fight to do it, and knowing that the other team is trying to keep you from getting to the glass, or trying to get to the glass. So it's concentration has a lot to do with it, and it really just kind of those one-on-one battles, and it's important. You can't be a great defensive team if you can't finish it with a rebound, and you don't want to be a one and done offensive team either. You know.
Thanks, Coach.
Rick, you've been wanting Igor to slow down. Is that what it looks like when he does slow down?
I thought he was again. You look at his. Everybody's gonna say a double-double. I thought the most impressive stat on there was he had no turnovers. And I really a lot of respect for Montana. Really well-coached team, and I thought they really exploited our defense early. We didn't. I thought when we started scoring the ball, I felt like we weren't on edge as much on the defensive end, but I give them a lot of credit because they took advantage of our ball screen coverage different ways, and just really extremely well-coached team. It was a great. I mean, they were right there. I mean, obviously, second half we had a terrific second half, but I mean, I was really impressed with them.
Ryan, Rob, Mike, Wes. What Igor created in the second half, have you seen much of that from him preseason?
I have. It's just when he starts going too crazy, you know, where he I thought tonight he saw the court. I thought that was a key in his difference in what he's been. Did he force anything really? Maybe one drive, maybe, but I just thought he slowed down and let his vision be a factor tonight, as opposed to just predetermine what he's going to do before he gets it. And what that means sometimes when he should shoot it, he was driving, when he should have driven it, or he should have shot it, all that. I mean, I just thought he slowed down, kind of rewired his brain a little bit where he played at the pace that he needs to play at.
Coach, how much you like your post rotation right now? I mean, it seems like you got a nice complement of guys that you can all do a little different.
Well, we got to get consistent there. That's the biggest key. We put the ball in here some, and we're losing it, and it's going to happen because there's just not a lot of room in there when people know you're trying to do that. And we've worked hard with our players, trying to give them angles to catch it and get quick ups, as opposed to always having to spin, put it on the floor, whatever they feel they need to gather themselves. They've got to do that work early. But we need more from JP. He's capable of doing it. We need him to do it. Felix, I thought he and Z got back to where the lob was there for some, and they got that done. And Igor, as opposed to like standing in the corner, made a great back cut for a lob. Those kind of plays, we need those. But those four guys up front, we're counting on them. And two of them haven't played a lot, but based on I told Cade I was disappointed in him tonight because I thought he made great strides against Louisville, but I didn't think he was nearly the factor tonight that I thought he would be. And we have high expectations for him. And so we need him to do it. And if those four guys, we feel they'll continue to improve, that we've got something there.
You referenced JP. What did he and Cam do well tonight, and what are kind of those next steps to where they can really elevate what you have in a depth perspective?
Well, one of them, I just don't ever like found three-point shooters, and there's no reason for any of us to do that. As much as we talk about it, stress it, it's concentration. Tonight we did do a great job of our post guys getting up to touch, and they do a terrific job of those handoffs, going downhill like Money was. I mean, he goes. Everybody knows he goes left. We didn't stop him. And most of that was the post guys didn't get up, didn't help our guards, and he'd get going downhill, and he finished it. And But those details like that is getting up, understanding our coverage, staying in our coverage, and it's just, it all gets down to details. And that's where those, I would say all of our post guys, but we said it for one of them at some point in time all night, each one of them, taking care of the details to help our guards.
When you were going through the recruiting process with Igor and, where you might play, were there conversations about sort of what you saw in him as a player and what you thought he could add to his game, or what more was potentially there for him?
Yeah, we talked about it, and again, one of the reasons that Zakai turned it over so much Saturday was nobody took any pressure off of him. They just kept it up to him. Igor's a player that can do that. I mean, he can handle the ball, which he has shown that. But where he changed his mindset tonight, I thought he made good plays as opposed to thinking every time it's in my hand I got to score, and or make something happen. I just thought he played in flow and made some really good passes, and he just, when we saw him, that's what we thought. We thought his versatility was the biggest thing that he could bring to us.
Paige and Reese and John.
Jeff Lemire had a much better second half when it came to his offensive production. What adjustment did he make to, see the ball more, see the basket more?
Well, again, I think what he did, he got in foul trouble the first half, so he didn't get to play very much, and that's what he's about to learn, that people are going to go at him, try to put fouls on him, so he's going to have to work harder defensively, get himself in position, and it gets back to understanding that you've got to do your work early as opposed to make a play, stop. You got to go from play to play to play, and he hasn't gotten consistently where he does that. But as the season goes on, I mean, think about it. Everybody's gonna try to go after him. Why not? Because he's a guy that can be lethal on the board offensively. And I thought the second half, other than he had 2 push-offs tonight, where when he starts messing with the ball, it doesn't work well. And he's had too many of those this year, and he's going to have to learn to get off the ball and move without it more. That will help him a lot. But he, he's a very efficient player. He doesn't really try to force too much. Sometimes we tell him we want to be a little bit more aggressive. But his nature is he wants to make the right play, and sometimes it would be to shoot it, but other times, he's so conscientious of wanting to be a great teammate. And when those guys have been talking to him about, hey, when you're open, you got to shoot it, and he can shoot it deep.
Zakai Ziegler had 7 assists and 1 turnover. How much of that was because the offense was flowing better, and how much of it was him making good decisions?
Well, I think him, Saturday, like I said, the way they were pressuring him, making him work, because he's so disruptive. In the game. Defensively, he wreaks a lot of havoc with his ball pressure. What he's got to, by now, I told him tonight, they're a good team, and he's got to fill guys out early, and some guys you'll be able to get into a little bit more than others. He's got to keep himself out of foul trouble, but he only knows one way to play, and that's full throttle. And on offense, sometimes when he makes a mistake, he wants to get it back so quickly. But like I said, Saturday, no one was willing to. We couldn't get our post out there to relieve some of the pressure, other guys. And tonight, for the most part, more guys did try to help him out. We liked him coming off the ball some. He started the game without the ball in his hand. He hit a couple threes where we need to use him like that too. He doesn't always have to keep the ball to be effective.
Rick, how would you, in the back here, how would you assess Bishop Boswell defensively so far? It feels like he's further ahead than most players his age.
We're always, with the culture of our program, he's a guy that we think will continue with what we want done, and we think he's going to be terrific. He's got to learn to take care of the ball. He had, 3 turnovers in 6 minutes, where that will slow down for him. I hope at some point in time, and sooner than later. But defensively, he's very competitive. He's extremely strong, and he's a guy that we think can really guard. And we have confidence in him doing that. He just has to settle down on the offensive end.
Coach, what about Cam Carr's offseason that's allowed him to contribute this year?
Well, he did. All of our guys, I thought, improved. We talked about, everybody wants to talk about the transfer portal. We talked about Cade and Cam and JP getting better. And obviously, JP fought a lot of injuries and hasn't put in nearly as much time as those other 2 guys. like I said, Cade really was the guy that we thought he would be the way he played at Louisville, but today, not so much. And we want to see him keep taking the next step. But with Cam, really, the last 2 weeks, I think he's starting to figure out exactly what he's got to do to play. And it has nothing to do with the offensive end. It's being effective defensively, but they've worked, you know. And again, we felt this summer that a real improvement had to come from those 3 guys.
Last 2 men, Mike.
Rick, I was also gonna ask you about Bishop. Those 4 minutes or so he played late in the first half, was that simply a byproduct of the foul trouble, or do you think he is somebody that could help you right now? He's further
No,
along than
we're
we anticipated.
I can tell you this, if he learns to take care of the ball, he will get benched there because of, he's tough, he's competitive, and he wants to do the right thing, but he's just gotta slow down. Kind of Eagle, you know, Cam, Cade, they've all gone through it. Z at times, it's a matter of playing at your pace, and but every guy, you know, I thought Shaq got sped up night, went in and threw up a shot that I'm not sure anybody can make. I thought Jordan went there one time, no chance to make a shot. The way they, and again, we want to drive it hard, but you gotta be able to finish it or make the right play out of it. But he's younger, and I mean, we're excited about Bish. We are. His teammates love him because he's competitive, plays hard every day. He wants to be good, and for that reason and that reason alone, he will be.
Last one, Mike.
Rick, you had Darlin Stone back in practice and kind of went through warm-ups today. How good is it to have him kind of back involved in that? And also, what's the latest on kind of his status and timeline?
Who?
Darlin Stone.
You know, we're on his timeline. Wherever he feels, you know, it's strictly up to him, and it's been important to him that he's been able to stay around his teammates. They love him, he loves them, but it's all on his timeline.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.